First of all, Avital Salab, a mother of 5. That's the first thing I always say about myself. I live in Qiryat Shemona. We miss Qiryat Shemona. It's funny even saying the word Qiryat Shemona because I haven't seen my home for nearly 7 months. 7 months, yes. And this has been our life for a few months. So my parents made Aliyah from England. I'm the oldest one. I was born here. My parents are real Tzionim. And they decided to live here because they love Israel and they thought it was the right thing to do. And more Tzionim than me, by the way, I think, in a way. I've got a sister in Elkanah, another brother who just came out of Gaza 2 months ago. And he might go back. Not married, he still lives at home in Netanya. We're 3, 2 sisters and a brother. Of course, it was Simchat Torah, the morning of Simchat Torah. My sons laid in shul because my husband's quarter, Timani. So they lay on Simchat Torah. I went running to listen to them, and a few minutes afterwards we heard what was going on. Everybody was in a big panic, and people told us to go home because the people who don't keep Chag and Shabbat knew a lot about what was going on. So we were told that people were kidnapped, and we were told 60 people. So we said, okay, we didn't believe anything like that could happen. I think like everybody. And it took me, I think, days to understand that we're also involved because we felt very safe in Qiryat Shemona for years. People used to say to me, but you live right next to Lebanon, but we never felt anything. All that time, they were standing on the border, looking at us. They had plans for us all these years, and we only found out when we left Qiryat Shemona. We left before we were told to leave officially. I didn't know it would be this long. I just left my house in such a big mess. I don't want to imagine what it looks like now. I took things in a few bags, like plastic bags. Tiny little suitcase, plastic bags, and we left. We were told it's getting dangerous. Nothing really happened yet. My children didn't hear any azakot. Nothing. I didn't want them to. And people that grew up in Qiryat Shemona told us, all the people that never experienced any war there, it's time to leave because it's awful for the children to go through. Sitting there, running to a safe room, and so we went. Well, I thought for a few days. Crying, yes, I was. It's because to explain, I didn't know what to tell my children. How do I tell my children that bad people want to kill us? These are things that no mother wants to tell her children. At the beginning, we went to my parents because we thought it was a few days. So we went there. And then we decided that after 3 weeks, we decided to go to a hotel in Jerusalem because loads of people in Qiryat Shemona went to Jerusalem. So we thought it would be nice again for another week. But we went there and we were in a hotel for 2.5 weeks. And then we decided we can't live like that. 5 children, 2 hotel rooms. And we started we said we're going to move to a flat. And then school, and I said, I can't really send my children to school. They don't know anybody. But okay, so again, for another few weeks. And this is how our life basically was, because every month they told us at the end of the month that we're staying for another month. It was never like, this is I think now they've told us July the 7th. It was never like this. And even July the 7th, it's not really going to be July the 7th. And all the things we've got, everything's very, we don't really have all our stuff here. So it's summer again. We were stuck with our winter clothes last time. Now it's summer again. The children have grown. And I haven't been. No, my husband's been a few times. I won't go because I won't leave my baby. So no way I'm taking my baby there because it's dangerous there these days. Most of the people have left. The people who stayed there because they have to work. So it's the doctors and the people who clean at the doctor's place and people that have to stay. They have no other choice. Sometimes without their families as well. People often say to me, but they're children. So children find it easier. But I don't find it that true because my eldest one is 9. He found it very difficult at the beginning. He's such a happy child, and I remember him just sitting, looking at the walls. Suddenly I felt like that, and says he misses his friends. Yesterday he went to meet one of his friends he hadn't seen for a few months. it's difficult to like come to school where they've all been together for 4 years and suddenly just get into and be with everybody. And even my little one, my 5-year-old, finds it very, very difficult in Gan. She asks to go home. She wanted a birthday party with her friends from home. Yes. They talk about Qiryat Shemona often because it's not like we haven't moved. We haven't told them, okay, we're going to move to a new town. And so they're not here, they're not there, they're kind of in the middle. At the beginning, there was lots of support and everybody really felt for us. And they used to ask us lots of questions. I think now, because so many bad things have happened, we're not really, I don't know how to say it, but people have kind of forgotten, yes. People have got used to it. I think because that's what happens, that's what nature does. When we get used to things, so people have kind of got used to the situation. And my children have. Of course we need support and we want to go back, so we need the strength of the whole of Am Yisrael to help us and tell us that we can go back and we will go back, and it will these things give you the koach. My husband's got diabetes type 1, so he was in Etzanchanim. He was, but a year ago we discovered this and he can't. My 2.5-year-old, we've moved a few places. Every time we move again, she screams the whole night. And she can't even say what's bothering her. We can see, but she can't even tell. I don't think she remembers our home in Qiryat Shemona. She talks about it because she hears her older siblings, but I don't think she remembers her home in Qiryat Shemona. Again, my 5-year-old really misses her friends. She wants to be part of something, and she knows it's not her place there. She realizes, and the boys as well. I can't say it wasn't easy on any of them. I can't even tell you one. Not even one of them said, okay, this is nice, this is fun. They always ask, I think, once in 2 years, when are we going back? When are we going back? And what can I answer? So I say, I don't know. I think it was Pesach. Because Pesach is like the time that everybody's cleaning their homes. It's a chag, you're at home. And we had nothing to do here. So we cleaned a bit, but there was nothing more. And to say the words, to think of the words, B'chol dor v'dor omdim alenu l'chalotenu, and to understand them, I think that's when it is. Suddenly, I cry every day, but when I read those words, again, to understand, I told my husband, it's omdim. Every door it happens. Oh, that's the story of Am Yisrael. This is what happens. And I think we have to believe. We do. We have to believe. HaKadosh Baruch Hu matzilenu miyadam. And that gives you hope. It also gives you hope. So Pesach was difficult in a way, but gives us a lot of hope. Every day, I feel it. Every day. It's not, I think, when we think about miracles, we're looking for the big Qiryat Yam Suf. I think every day that my children go to sleep with a smile, that we manage to give them something positive, they have fun, they had a good day in school, because we do make everything's different for them. So we've made a lot of effort, we invite people here, and every day they go to sleep happy is a miracle for me, because it's not, people are going through a lot. People from Qiryat Shemona are going through a lot. And I think it's just on every day. We left on time, we left Qiryat Shemona on time, we had no idea what was going on there. We left on time, that's the big miracle, but every day. And when we go back, it will be our big Qiryat Yam Suf. When we go back there, I'm imagining it all the cars together, and please God, Emunah, all the time. I feel HaKadosh Baruch Hu in everything I do. And I talk to him. I tell him when things are difficult, I tell him. It's okay. People, again, it's like I told you before, people think, if I think that things are not very good in my life, so I don't have any emunah. And it's not like that. You can have a real relationship with Hashem and talk to him and tell him when things are difficult, when you want to cry, when you're cross. Why did this happen to us? And ask him for an answer. I find it really, really gives me a lot of strength. Life. Giving birth 5 times, everything I've got, everything we have, Am Yisrael. I don't know how we survived all of this. The Yevanim, the Nazis, and we're here. That's enough to say thank you every morning. My cousin died in מלחמת לבנון השנייה. He died 3 weeks after his wedding. Was killed 3 weeks after his wedding. It was awful. And it's now kind of ironic that I live in Qiryat Shemona, right next to where he was killed. And thanks to those soldiers, we lived like a lovely life, lovely, safe. We never locked the doors for years now. And this will happen again. It's our story, b'chol dor v'dor. We have to have the strength. Yom HaZikaron, I feel like we've had Yom HaZikaron for 7 months already. But we have to sit and I think look at all these people in the eyes and say thank you, because for a mother to send her child, and her mothers who are doing this, still doing this, to Gaza, Yehuda v'Shomron, the north, I can't even imagine it. I don't want to imagine it. And we owe them everything because they sacrificed a lot, and their families will forever be sacrificing. Well, my brother's something else. He's amazing. He went in believing that they have to save Am Yisrael, not thinking, not looking back, and spent nights and days, and I'm sure he was terrified. He never told us that. But with such emunah, and I think they all the soldiers went in there because they wanted to save Am Yisrael. They saw what happened. And I think they went in also so angry as well. Angry and wanted to give us hope. Oh, everybody, also right wing, left. I think he told me he's in a tank. So in his tank, there's somebody who doesn't believe in anything. It's amazing how they're all together, but it's not what you see on the news. Everybody together. And they had lovely conversations. And this is Am Yisrael. Not what you see. Most of the people really want Am Yisrael to be together. And this is the real story. Look, we never imagined, if anybody would have told me months ago that we'd be in this situation, I think I would have said, no, we can't do it. With 5 children, no way. And it's good, it's better we never knew. And please God, we'll come out of this stronger. We'll go back to Qiryat Shemona. We'll be happier to live there because we believe that's our place now. It wasn't like that before, but now we believe that this is where we need to be and nobody's going to take us away from there.